Breaking news, Chicago Bears quarterback Andy Dalton has a bone bruise. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, hit that big red subscribe button down below. Make sure you're following me on all my social media platforms. And guys, hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. Let's get into it. All right, so we finally have news on Andy Dalton's injury, okay? So the injury that basically took him out of the game against the Cincinnati Bengals, we now know what the injury is after he had an MRI, and it happens to be a bone bruise. So it is not an ACL, it's not even an MCL or a partial tear of either of those, which would have knocked him out either for the season or for a significant period of time, but it's a bone bruise. Now, not to downplay a bone bruise, it's still a pretty significant injury, and it's one that causes you to miss time for sure. And that's what I want to highlight here. So in my previous video, when I was speculating on the injury itself and whether or not, Andy Dalton is going to be back for the Chicago Bears for their next game against the Browns, I said absolutely not. I think Andy Dalton's going to be out for multiple weeks, and I stand by it. And now with this injury officially being announced, the bone bruise injury, I think Dalton's out for 3 to 4 weeks. Again, I'm not a doctor, but I think he's going to be out for at least 3 to 4 weeks, and I think this is got the potential to be potentially longer than that, okay? And I know Bears PR came out today, and they said that if healthy, Andy Dalton would be the starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears. Well, guess what? He's not healthy, and so it is going to be officially the Justin Fields show. And Justin Fields is going to be starting at least for sure against the Cleveland Browns in week 3. And folks, just my quick thoughts on this. Look, I told you that Andy Dalton would be the starter if he was healthy because Justin Fields didn't run away with the job and didn't play well enough in the week 2 game against the Bengals to, give confidence to Matt Nagy that he can start him. All right, so I can't even blame Nagy there on that part because Justin Fields didn't run away with the job and force Nagy that, I have to name this guy the starter. And so it's no surprise to me that, Bears PR comes out and says if Dalton's healthy, then, he's a starter. But here's the thing that's going to be really interesting. So if I'm predicting 3 to 4 weeks, right, that Dalton's out, well, we've got the Browns, which is a very tough opponent in week 3. That's a potential loss right there, but very, very tough team. Browns are a Super Bowl contender. I have a lot of respect for them. And then you got Detroit, though, in week 4. That's an easy matchup against an easy defense. Justin Fields could easily have a huge game. Bears could win that. Then you've got the Raiders in week 5. Okay, it's in Las Vegas, and the Raiders have been playing great. Derek Carr has been balling out. So this one is certainly not a lock by any means. But the Bears defense, the way they're playing, Justin Fields against a defense that isn't very good, yeah, he could be impressive there. So if Justin Fields plays well enough and the Bears win against the Lions and Raiders, again, not saying it's guaranteed, but if they do, I think he hangs on to the starting job. And then after that, the stretch gets a little rough. You play the Packers, then you play the Bucs. But point being, folks, is I don't believe Justin Fields is giving back the starting job. I don't think it happens. I think the offense is going to become too electric with him in it. I think the more time he gets with the starters, I think the more time he gets out there, just reps and playing experience, he's going to get even better. And what he does bring to the table with his legs, Andy Dalton can't do even a fourth of that. He tried, and he ended up with a bone bruise. So, to me, Andy Dalton out, I think, multiple weeks. We still have not heard about the timetable. It is now the Justin Fields show. No, I don't believe he's giving the job back to Andy Dalton. I think he's running away with it for the rest of the season. And it's going to be crucial to see what happens in these next 3 games against the Browns, Lions, and Raiders. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below if you agree or disagree. As always, thanks for watching.